My garbage person of the week should have been the easiest guess ever. I asked the chat if they knew what it was, and they don't seem to. But we're gonna roll a little bit of footage for you, and it's a little bit more nuanced than you might expect. But here is my garbage person of the week, Adam Carolla.
Here's a quick thought experiment. If AOC was fat and in her 60s, would anyone listen to another thing she ever said?
Oh boy, you're going to step in that one. What exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean, is it because she's young and what?
Yes, she's young, she's vibrant, she's beautiful, and everyone's always putting a camera and a mic in her face. But her opinions are idiotic 95% of the time. And I don't think if she was a middle-aged, heavy-set woman, anyone would care what she had to say.
I'm not so sure I agree. Now, I will say this. You can criticize her ideas, and I do. I think the Green New Deal is madness and insanity, but she's got the whole Democratic Party following her.
I agree with you. I'm just saying if she was fat and old, I don't think TMZ would be chasing her around with a camera.
Okay, so first of all, 95% of what the person says is stupid, and yet people still put a camera and a mic in their face is literally his job description. So that's a little bit funny. But I want to be clear. The reason he's my garbage person of the week is not simply, as people might rightfully assume, that he's effectively insulting AOC. It's not just that. It's that he's almost close to making a good point, except that he's not, and he's doing the exact thing that a good point would identify. It is 100% true that people do pay more attention to and give more opportunities to even pay more to attractive men and women, and the gap is even bigger for women. It's true for both, but definitely there is this assumption that the value and worth of a woman is based on her appearance, and if it's not there, we should ignore her. You could have that conversation. He could have actually pointed out something true, except that he's doing that right now because he's not saying AOC makes a lot of good points. She's smart, she's a great communicator, but let's also bear in mind that people do obsess over people who are conventionally attractive, and so that's a part of this pie. That's not what he's doing. He's saying she's a dumb donkey, but she happens to be attractive, so they pay attention to her. He's assuming that her only value could come from how attractive she is. And so there's more to it, but Brett, what do you think?
I love it. It is so stupid. He talks about how like her ideas are stupid and ridiculous, but if you go blow by blow through each one of them, they're wildly popular. And if anyone's following her within any party apparatus, it's just because they know how popular with voters those policies are, and no one's following her. Everybody within those party apparatus is actually fighting against her at every single turn. So all of it's BS. I don't know. That's basically it. I don't want to step on whatever other point you want to make, so I'll come back at the end.
You're totally right about Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity initially seems like he's not going to fall into that trap, but the only reason he points out that she's either a good communicator or whatever is to then make this like objectively untrue point that everyone in the Democratic Party just follows her because he wants to pretend that the Democratic Party is left when it's not. That is not why she's effective.
And they're sandwiched in the middle of two conflicting points. They want to make both at the same time, right? They want to say that she's powerful and she's not. That she is actually not smart, but they also need to say that she's this master manipulator, this idiot. Like that just doesn't work. That doesn't work at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and I want to tie it back to a tweet that AOC sent that everyone freaked out about. How could you possibly say this? It's so untrue. When she tweeted, if Republicans are mad they can't date me, they can just say that instead of projecting their sexual frustrations on my boyfriend's feet, you creepy weirdos, which is my favorite like Kirsten Bell moment of AOC ever. No, that's what it's about. They evaluate based on how attractive they think this person is. That's it, that's all they think about. At the same time, can we not do this? Sherry Jacobus responded to a video of Adam Carolla saying, if Kayleigh McEnany was fat and in her 60s, would she be on Fox or have she ever been behind the podium in the White House? No, but you're doing the same thing at the same time.
Well,
can we fight against this?
The difference is that point is explicitly in the charter of Fox News. Like that is what they are criticized for, is doing that. And it's more of an invective against their audience because they know their audience and their audience is just.
Also, it's totally erasing whatever Kayleigh McEnany can bring in. Like obviously Republicans do like what she says.
I started 5 different versions of this tweet and deleted them because I was like, this is really stupid.
Well, like this is than all of them.
I just want to point out the lower third. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Just the lower third on that was, Whoopi Goldberg and AOC reignite the debate about cancel culture. Reignite, like you guys ever let that flame go out?
Yeah, exactly. That's ridiculous. They would never. Okay, so those are our garbage people of the week, but you also chose garbage people, and here are your top 5. Coming in at number 5 with 7% of the vote is Whoopi Goldberg for her ignorant Holocaust race comments. Really, just number 5. Okay, well, that's a super split one. Coming in at number 2 with 17% of the vote is Joe Biden for his glowing praise of Mitch McConnell. Tying for 3 and 2 at 20% of the vote is Susan Collins for saying she might vote for Trump in 2024, as well as Joe Rogan for his non-apology apology and for still posting falsehoods immediately after that non-apology. But at number 1, your community garbage person of the week with 36% of the vote is Donald Trump for demanding an investigation into his own VP. Again, I would not have guessed that would be number 1, but I cannot argue with the 38,000 of you who voted in our poll. So thank you to all of you for doing that. Brett, thank you for being here as always.
Great to be here. Thank you, everybody. Check out Game Busters. Bustin' makes you feel good. Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun. And also, you can join me and Cenk, and I believe Adrian Lawrence for the first hour of the Young Turks later on today. You're not gonna wanna miss it. You're also not gonna wanna go anywhere because Indisputable is coming up in mere moments. Dr. Rashad Ritchie is gonna be leading you through an awesome show, so don't go anywhere. But until next time, stay safe out there, stay sane out there. We'll see you soon, you dumb donkeys.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.